Okay. Part 4. Okay, where were we? Beginning May 1st, 2018, the mother may have unsupervised visits on Sunday mornings from 10 a.m. to 1 o'clock p.m. Now, if you go back to the order from 2015, the judge said that after I completed 2 months of supervised visitation, if that went well, I was supposed to have 8 hours a week unsupervised. In this order, she's saying I only get 3 hours a week unsupervised. So, I'm supposed to be happy with that? And in this order, the 2015 order, she said that I could file a motion and ask for more parenting time. But I don't think this particular judge, Judge Sheila Calloway, I can't think of one single motion I've ever filed, anything I've asked for of her in 2.5 years, because in the magistrate, there's a couple of things the magistrate gave me. But Judge Sheila Calloway, I can't think of one thing I've asked her for that she gave me. So, why would I think, yeah, if I ask her for something, and then if he goes and asks for her to not give it to me, she's not going to give it to me. So, if my daughter's dad wants me, he asked for me to have no contact with my daughter for 5 years. He went and asked for a no contact order. He went in September 2017. He said my daughter felt stalked and harassed by me, and because he left me off of the extended order protection he got. So he goes in September of 2017 and says the child feels stalked and harassed by her mother, and would you please give a 5-year no contact order between the child and the parent. And this is after he knows how distressed my daughter is. This is how he knows my daughter is expressing suicidal ideation directly connected to being cut off from me. Yet he goes to Philip Robinson and asks for me to be completely cut out of her life again for 5 years. So, I would think that indicates that he's not very willing to encourage a close and continuing relationship between the child and the other parent. So I think that's another material change in circumstance. And she didn't hold it. She didn't hold it against him the first time around that he got the 1-year one. In fact, even though he got that 1-year one, and even though I've never interfered in their parenting relationship, she found that he was the parent more likely to encourage and facilitate a close and continuing relationship between the child and the other parent. Now, my battery's about to die, so I'm really going to have to wrap this up. Yeah, so she wants to keep... There is nothing in this order, there is nothing in her order of 2015 to indicate she has any intention of ever letting me have a normal parent-child relationship. And if she, as the judge, isn't willing to recognize the value of Delara having a mother, loving, nurturing mother in her life, why would she expect my daughter's dad to? So, and him wanting me to cut me out of my daughter's life for 5 years, and she wants to say, oh, he's still the parent more likely to encourage a close and continuing relationship. But so that's what she's saying. She's saying that nothing's changed, and that's I don't think I would lose this appeal even if I had to do pro se. And when I file this motion to alter or amend, she's going to see. And I'm going to put it on Facebook for everybody to see. And everybody can file they will see her bias. And, because anything, she has never said one thing that I don't recall her ever saying one negative thing about him. I can't remember her saying really anything positive about me other than I taught my daughter how to read, and my daughter loves me, and I love my daughter. I mean, there's really anything bad they say about me, any allegations they make, even if they're false, even if they're disproven by evidence, she still goes with it. And this order 2000 of April 19, it's proof. She's biased. She's biased beyond belief. She's biased. I mean, almost beyond comprehension. But it's true. It's right here, black and white. You see what she says. You can go to YouTube. You can hear the evidence she heard. She knew from the start she was not going to give me anything. Doesn't matter what anybody said. She's not going to give me anything. She's not going to give my daughter anything. She should be kicked off the bench. And I hope lots of people will complain about her and get her disciplined. I used to think she was a good person. I don't. I just thought she kind of just got, misled or something. But she's evil. Okay, so I get 3 hours a week after May 1st. The mother must inform the father and the guardian ad litem of where she will exercise her visits. The mother is enjoined from taking the child to her home until in-home services have been put in place. Furthermore, and you know what, she says everything's exactly the same. If it's exactly the same, why is she putting these restrictions on me? Because it's not exactly the same. She's got an opportunity to screw us worse, so here she goes. Furthermore, mother is enjoined from changing the location of the visits once she has notified the father and guardian ad litem of the location. In the first order, she never said I had to tell them where I was going to be. Mother will still continue with supervised visits with Miss Ballard. Miss Ballard does not want to continue the supervised visits. She has moved to a different part of the state. She doesn't have any cases here. This is the heart. She does not believe I need supervised visits. From day one, she didn't believe I needed supervised visits. She's just trying to help me out because she sees how the situation's screwed up, and that was the only way I could see my daughter. Yeah, she told me like 3 weeks ago, I'm not even putting you on the schedule because I don't intend on supervising any more of your visits. You don't need, I don't need to do it. And she didn't want to do it. And supervised visits aren't supposed to go on forever. So she's fair and reasonable. And why? How can you order me to continue supervised visits while I'm also having unsupervised visits? Because if you're following the law, you've got to prove that if I have no contact, if I have no supervision, my daughter will be endangered. So it doesn't make sense to say some of your visits will be supervised and some of them will be unsupervised. And of course, none of them should be supervised. But I'm going to call her out on that and see what she does. She'll probably say, "Well, we'll just supervise all your visits, and you'll never get to have." And then that would really be. I mean, that's just so outrageous. Maybe that's going to be something like that to get her kicked off the bench, because I will never get my rights back as long as she thinks she'll get away with this abuse. So either the public and Board of Judicial Contact have to get her in line, or I've got to get another judge somehow, because there is nothing she would ever, no way, if it was up to her, that she would ever let me have a meaningful relationship with my daughter. No matter how bad my daughter's suffering, no matter how much she's crying out for help, she could be cutting herself and attempting suicide and saying, I need my mom. Why are y'all doing this to me? I've got a mom. I need her in my life. She wouldn't care. Judge Sheila Calloway doesn't care. Okay. Mother will also comply with in-home services, including allowing the visitation monitors and the guardian ad litem access into her home. Based on the findings by the court finds and accordingly orders that he'll remain primary residential parent. I'll be alternate residential parent. Mother's visits will remain supervised except for Sundays between